Hello world, welcome back to the Razor RC. I'm super excited about bringing a brand new brand to the channel, Tamiya. I don't know how you pronounce this. I say Tamiya, but I don't think anyone actually knows how to say that. But I have not had a Tamiya on the channel before. I do actually own a Hornet re-release. One day maybe I'll do a video on that. If you'd like to see that, you know, hit the like button on this. If I get like 300 likes, I'll do a video on the Tamiya Hornet. But super excited about bringing the Top Force Evo 2021 re-release, of course. And this is not a vintage one. And huge shout out to Your RC. YourRC.com. We've been partnering with them for about a year now. It's worked out really, really well. Awesome company to work with. I do like their slogan, just RC, no BS. That's kind of like my channel. I just like RC on this channel. No BS. Don't care about all that other stuff, but great company. And we do have a 5% off coupon code, so you can pick up the Tamiya Top Force Evo or pretty much anything else. They carry Traxxas, Arma, Team Corrali, X-Ray, HPI, Team Associate, anything you could possibly want. Race buggies, bashers, crawlers, on-road, off-road, anything you could possibly want. Your RC is a great place to check them out. They also have really fast, cheap shipping throughout Europe, under €5. So if you live within Europe, things will get to you really fast and really cheap. Even out here in California, things tend to get here in 2 to 3 days, although with the pandemic, obviously, things have been delayed a little bit longer than that. But yeah, excellent company. And also check out, you know, depending on where you live, currency exchange rates may vary as things kind of ebb and flow. And so you may be kind of surprised on how cheap some of these things can be. So here we got the Top Force Evo. I actually also have a gray Mitsubishi Evo 9, so kind of like the color, kind of like the name, all that kind of stuff. But what is this? You know what this is. 1/10 scale RC 4-wheel drive, high performance off-road racer. I think this came out in like the late 80s, 89, 90, 91, somewhere around there. The Top Force came out, and then they came out with the Evo version, which was like the updated version. And then again with the re-release, they did make some minor changes to modernize it a little bit, make it a little bit better. But yeah, we're gonna check this thing out. So I am not a Tamiya expert. I don't know the ins and outs of every Tamiya out there. I was looking at a bunch of different Tamiyas to figure out which one I wanted to bring to the channel. Did look at the Super Avante TD4. You know, I know that is a new kit, new platform, new chassis, but the more I looked at it, I was like, you know, this is still kind of a budget, mid-range vehicle, plastic chassis, plastic dampers. I didn't like the way the battery mounted. A lot of things I just kind of really didn't like about the Super Avante, so I did not pick that up. Sorry if you've been waiting to see videos on that, but you know, when I looked at the Top Force Evo, I think it's considered one of the best Tamiya's ever made. Certainly the Top Force was their 100th vehicle I think they put out, so the Evo, kind of the pinnacle of the Top Force line. So a couple little notes on the vehicle: carbon fiber damper mounts, or shock towers I would call them. Tamiya likes to call them dampers. Front plastic bumper, spike tires, of course, with these cool red wheels. Propeller shaft, which is basically the main center shaft to put power down to the front and rear. Carbon fiber chassis. I am a sucker for carbon fiber, I gotta admit. If it's got carbon fiber, you know, I think it's cool. Servos kind of here in the middle, lay down, one-piece wheels. It does come with a ESC, electronic speed control, so no mechanical speed controls or anything like that. Carbon fiber hold downs, and then this crazy gray body. It is pre-cut and pre-painted in gunmetal gray, I believe, so that is pretty cool to see. It does have the aluminum shocks, double wishbone suspension, I think CVAs as well, and a little bit of info about this. Oh yeah, first release in 1992, 400 millimeters wide, blah blah blah. Yeah, and then the cool thing about this, it's got the carbon fiber chassis. I think the platform is, what is it, the DFO one, I want to say. But that platform is shared with the Man Ray, the regular Top Force, some other vehicles. So it is cool that this is kind of the high-end version. Bunch of stuff here in Japanese on the back. And anything else exciting on here? Tamiya Europe, because this is where it came from, Europe. It doesn't say where it's made. I'm not sure where Tamiyas are made nowadays, if it's still Japan or Taiwan or what. If you know, throw down a comment below. But this is what you get in the box. And so I think the original Top Force Evos came in like blister packs or something like that. They all do come in bags right now, but still got that awesome Tamiya packaging. Little 5 basic rules of avoid. So it gives you some tips before you even build the kit on what to do or not to do. These bright orangish red wheels. Everything does come on parts trees just like Tamiya, so you will need some flush cutters. This looks like, what is this, a motor mount there? I have no idea what most of these things are. I want to say diff case cover. Don't know what, you know, honestly, I cannot tell you. But the packaging on this thing is amazing. Different servo horns. Just like most Tamiyas, you know, everything is primarily plastic, ABS, I think. The original was carbon fiber, fiber reinforced plastics. Does look like it has some servo steers, plastic internal gears, the red hubs. Does have ball differentials front and rear, as you can see, little ball differential there, and a lot of plastic parts. Here's the ESC, pretty nice. A lot of instructions in Japanese. I gotta admit, I do find Tamiya instructions a little bit hard to understand sometimes, so you gotta pay extra attention. Looks like these are the arms, I guess. I don't know, looks like 3 different arm locations. Those are pretty skinny arms. And then finally, here in the box, we got one last piece. Don't know what these look like, maybe camera mount locations or something mounts, steering post maybe. I have to guess on most of these things because I have never owned one of these and I'm very unfamiliar with Tamiya stuff in general, so I apologize if you're looking for Tamiya expertise. Check out Tamiya Legends is a good one, and Pro Engineering. My buddy out there, he does a ton of awesome videos on Tamiya's old school vehicles as well as 3D printed parts. These are the tires, big spiky tires front and rear. Somewhat hard material, hard rubber there. Looks like the body is actually attached to the box. I don't want to destroy that. And then we'll see if there's anything out here. Oh, a whole bunch of stuff. So this must be all the metal parts. Tamiya does like to kind of separate their metal and their plastic parts. So I'm going to try to do this. Looks like it's taped. So let's just kind of cut that open. Tamiya packaging is amazing. So my experience with Tamiya, when I was a kid in the 80s, a lot of my friends had grasshoppers, frogs, bigwigs. Was it the Falcon or Fox? I can't remember the name. And I never owned one, but I would consider myself kind of a Tamiya fan back in the 80s. I liked kind of these old school Tamiyas, like, you know, the ones named after animals or insects or whatnot. Here's a carbon fiber chassis. And I remember when my buddy first got a frog and he showed me the box and I looked at this thing, I was like, this is like a work of engineering. I mean, it's like amazing. Like I had never seen like a quote toy look like this before, where as a kid you had to assemble it yourself. Standard Tamiya silver can motor, nothing crazy there, brushed of course. Carbon fiber chassis parts. They do have the D bag in purple. I always thought it was interesting how the bags have different colors. So E is red. Looks like shock oils, springs, aluminum shocks or dampers, steel shafts it looks like, as well as all your screws. Of course, Tamiyas use what is it, Phillips head screws. They're really like a Japanese sizing, so I do recommend getting like the Japanese screwdrivers. Even though they look like Phillips heads, they're slightly different and they will fit a little bit better if you get the Tamiya screwdrivers. These look like, I don't know, out drives, ball differential with the ball plates there. Everything looks tiny on this car compared to modern day stuff. It is small. Screws look super nice. I don't know what kind of extra special coating they got on these, but they do look pretty cool. Hinge pins with E-clips, of course. This is something from the 90s, and then carbon fiber shock tower does give you a couple little screws there. Looks like some foam pads, shock rod ends, or I don't know if these are turnbuckle rod ends, steel shielded bearings, so that is a nice thing that they've gotten this, no bushings. Like Tamiya likes to use this. Looks like the propeller shaft, I guess they call it. Looks kind of minimal. I don't know if that's going to hold up too much durability. Some zip ties, that's interesting. Don't recall a car ever coming with zip ties. Body clips as well. So I think that's pretty much it. We've gone through the whole box. Yeah, so this is an unboxing, the Top Force Evo re-release. I haven't built a Tamiya in about 5 or 6 years, so this will be interesting. This will be kind of fun, I think. A nice little winter project. And of course, we are going to actually drive it. This is not going to be a shelf plane. I make all my RC cars actual drivers. Probably will not be sending it 20, 30 feet high in the air, but I do want to see how this thing drives, even though it is, you know, kind of a special limited edition car. That is kind of one crazy Tamiya thing. They do like making limited edition release cars. I think that does drive sales, but it does make it somewhat difficult at times to get parts. So that's it. Top Force Evo re-release. I hope you enjoyed this video. Throw down a like if you liked it. Throw down a like if you want to see a review of a Tamiya Hornet. I can also do that. Check out Your RC for 5% off anything on the site. I mean, no matter what you buy, you get 5% off. And if you live in Europe, it's like a slam dunk because it's super cheap shipping and fast throughout Europe. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Look for more videos soon. Thanks for watching.